Hi, everybody. So what I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about today is the importance of knowing each of the carrier websites. So one of the things that I am pretty sure that you guys have kind of noticed is if, you've been here for a little bit, is that Family First Life is trying to do a transition where they're trying to acclimate all of these websites into one. When it comes to, like your HCMS, your SureLink, your dashboard, your leads, all of that stuff. And that's a wonderful platform that you have provided here at Family First Life. But another aspect of the business is to understand the websites that are also presented to you outside of that website. I know that last week I sent over a information based on the CRM, things like that, and I hope that you guys had some time to review and go over that way that you could understand those changes that Family First Life has going on. Okay, but when you are newly licensed agent here at Family First Life, the information that you are given is going to be given to you through the websites from the carriers. Okay, so one of the greatest things that we have here at Family First Life is all of these different carriers that we get to be part of, right? We're partnered with them. We get to help families with products. When we go into a home, we know that, hey, we have something for everyone. And, there's not anybody that we really can't help. That is one of the most important things that I find here at Family First Life, because I want to be able to serve my clients in the best that I can. Okay. But you do know that with that comes a responsibility of a whole bunch of different carriers that you guys have, products that you need to learn about and know. Okay. When you are added into these carriers, right? Each of them have their own website. Okay. I want you guys to understand that you must learn how to navigate and go through each of these applications, as well as the Family First Life website. So when you go into Family First website, there's not going to be anything that you can kind of click on, and you can have access to the websites and it'll take you directly there, log you right in, and you're, there, right? Maybe that's something that they'll come up with in the future, which can be very helpful for you, right? But right now you would want to make sure that on your browser in your, computer, you have bookmarked all of the carrier websites that you have as part of your partnering with them to have easy access. Okay. I have all of mine starred. And the good thing about some of these computers these days, most of them, is if depending on which browser system you use, sometimes you can have your passwords and everything ended up being saved and stored, which is a lifesaver, because if you had to remember all of them because they need to be updated constantly, things like that, it could be very difficult. But good thing that you have that ability to have those saved. The other thing is that I always, have them saved somewhere else. That way, if gosh forbid I forget, because I am constantly updating them whenever they need to be updated, and it can't be the same password from the last 10 days, how, not 10 days, last time that you did it, whatever, last 10 times you had your password. But you want to make sure you have all access to that in case of maybe it didn't save. Okay, so I'm kind of going around about that, but passwords, how they can like kind of interfere with things, right? But when you're going into these websites, I want you guys to get used to seeing where your e-applications are in there, because obviously we've been transitioning throughout the years from using those paper applications now into using more of the e-apps, especially since 2020, when we had to kind of make a lot of adjustments due to the scenario that we had to experience, pandemic, and a lot of less contact, right? So the e-app has been the way to do things. And so most of these carriers each have their own type or style of e-application. You want to get familiar with that. Also, a lot of agents are always like, where do I get my product knowledge and where do I learn, you're going to go directly on to those websites of the carriers, and they have so much product knowledge on there for you. If you want to invest your time, learning about these products, we always recommend that, you use one of the cheat sheets that are available on the websites, where it can give you kind of a description of, the scenario that you're currently in, if what product takes it, things like that. Those are very helpful. But as so that way you can get into the field or on the phone or through Zoom, and you can actually be helping people on, and you can get paid and learn. Okay. But these product knowledges, as time goes on and as you become more acclimated with the process of, each of the carriers, you do want to have the product knowledge. And I always refer to this as, kind of taking those training wheels off. You're each time that you are presented with a scenario in the home with a family or on the phone, you're going to learn what product and things like that. And then eventually, you'll have your training wheels come off and you'll be able to, remember these things, right? But, in the meantime, if you wanted to get any information, download it on there. There's brochures on there. One of the greatest things that these carriers do is they offer you, supplies. So those supplies don't come directly from Family First Life. They come directly from each of the carriers. So what you can do is you can call them on the phone, and you can ask them, to send you some supplies, and they can send you some brochures, things like that. I mean, if you're doing things on the phone, I would just recommend that you download those in a PDF, and then you can always, email that to your clients, use it to bring that up in a PowerPoint presentation, however you're doing your Zoom sales, things like that. But if you're still going into the home and you want to have some supplies, then you can get those directly from the carrier. They are still, giving those to you, and they do mail those to you at no cost, which is a really nice thing, because we don't want to be spending extra, because most of the money that we are investing in is really only into getting your clients and building your own book of business. Okay, sorry, I have a little bit of cold, so I'm just working my way through this. But, so this is kind of where I wanted to guide you guys. Okay. I just want to give you knowledge and understanding that in becoming, an agent here at Family First Life Insure & Trust Agency, that you do have a lot of different areas that you kind of have to get used to. Okay. One is that you're, completely independent. Nobody's going to tell you when or what and how to do things. As long as it's ethical, that's kind of up to you, your scheduling, things like that. But, we do follow our schedule here as, your dials and, your calls that we do offer for you to be on, along with the training that's available in person. If you want to go to, one of the conferences that are going on, they're constantly doing, Hall of Fame conferences, things like that. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to just do a brief little, hi, how are you? Hope your week is going fantastic. And just let you guys know a little bit more about, how to structure when you are getting these carriers that come in, and or if you've had your writing numbers for a long time and maybe you forgot about all of the product information that's available within the websites. If you want to kind of take a little bit of time and go through that, and how to do that, how to set it up on your computer so that you're not frazzled whenever you're trying to help a family, right? We all have to do the same thing. We all have to go into the website of the product that we're going to be selecting for our family, and we have to use it directly through there. Because as those are the carriers, they pay you directly. So, that's why you're going into using the application directly for them, so that they can, and you have these writing numbers for each of these carriers, because that's how they are able to track and pay you. And just makes sense that that's how they do that. Okay. Like I said, I hope everybody has a good week. If you guys have any questions or anything at all, reach out to me, and I hope that you have a great week. So talk to you soon. Okay. Bye.